Welcome to this boys game. Calhoun Academy playing Gray Academy. We're just about ready to get underway. A quick rundown of the players for Calhoun Academy. Number 35, Philip James. Number 13, Hugh Johnson. Number 10, Rod Cook. Number 30, Sam Hamblin. Number 11, Darren Collins. Number 24, Scott West. Number 12, Sonny Pryor. Number 21, Dean Pointer. And 33 is Wayne Stone. For the Gray Academy Raiders, Greg Thompson, number 20. Number 24 is Keith Taylor. Number 12 is Don Daniels. Number 15 is Rodney Stroop. Number 14 is Mike Westmoreland. Number 11, Gerald Bird. Number 23, Jeff McMullen. 21 is John Panel, and number 30 is Steve Skeleton. Again, we're just about ready to get underway. A good crowd on hand here at Calhoun Academy for the ball game tonight. And if the boys game goes anything like the girls game did, William, we'll see another good ball game.
Yeah, I believe so. I tell you, the Calhoun Academy girls, they really got on the ball and played a really good ball game. Both teams played a good game, but they won quite well, didn't they?
They did. The first half, they played real aggressively, moved the ball fast all the way through, had some good defense, good coverage against the Lady Raiders. The Lady Raiders came back in the second half and tried to play a little bit better, a little more aggressive game, but it was a little bit late to make any difference. The players being introduced on the court now for Calhoun Academy. Some of these people you'll recognize from back in the football season and from last basketball season also. Their boys basketball team a little larger than it was last year. They've added a few players to their high school team. Some have moved up. And we're getting out on the court, getting ready to get this ball game underway. Gray Academy already out. Some last minute instructions being given to the Calhoun Academy Cougars.
Those boys looks kind of large to me. They may have a little bit of size. Calhoun Academy may have a little size on the other team. What do you think?
They got a little height on them, and that may tell the tale. A couple of the Gray Raiders, stockily built for basketball players. However, they do have the ball, and we're beginning to move it now. Rodney Stroop, number 15, far to the other side, put up in a score by Keith Taylor. Keith Taylor, number 24. That's number 35, Philip James for Calhoun Academy, takes a shot, no good. Number 10, Rod Cook for the Calhoun Academy Cougars tonight is the quarterback for the Cougar football team. Gray works the ball inside. Number 30 taking the call, Sam Hamblin. He's a brother to Paula and Tracy that we watched in the opening game. Gray Academy's ball put back in by Mike Westmoreland, number 14. Sam Hamblin comes up with the ball for Calhoun Academy. Saved by number 24, Taylor of the Raiders, only to be pitched back into Calhoun Academy. Hamlin goes in, takes a shot, no good. Rebounded by Gray. Picked off by number 11, Darren Collins. Darren, I believe, is one that moved up from the junior boys team. Shot up, and the call being made on number 10, that is Rod Cook. Coming to the line, number 20, Greg Thompson. For the Raiders. Again, the Raiders coming to us tonight from Ashland. We're at Calhoun Academy Gymnasium. Home game for the Cougars. Score 2-0 as Gray leads it with 6:26 left to play in the game. That'll make it, or in the opening period, that'll make it 3-0. And another fine shot by Greg Thompson makes it 4-0 early in the game. And the Gray boys moving out early.
Yeah, they are. Right opposite the other game, right?
Just about 180-degree turnaround. Calhoun Academy fails to come up with a score again, and the Gray boys coming back down. Greg Thompson back out to Stroop. Thompson and Stroop back and forth. Gets away from Stroop. Turnover, Darren Collins will be putting it in from the side, Rod Cook. Hamlin takes a shot, high, no good. Rebounded by the Raiders. Taylor coming down, let's go with the ball. Greg Thompson goes in, puts it up, no score. Rebounded by Sam Hamlin, pitched out to Rod Cook. Collins and Cook working the ball back and forth, and it's stolen away by Keith Taylor.
Oh, come on, man, he wasn't stopping.
Some of the Gray Academy fans not pleased with that call. Of course, we had some that the Calhoun Academy fans weren't pleased with in the girls' game. Can't please them all again.
No, that's hard to do. Some of those calls are kind of hard to see. Looked like he might have kind of ran into him there a little bit.
All right, 5:10 left to play in the opening period. The score is 4-2 as Calhoun Academy gets on the scoreboard now. Long shot taken and missed by Keith Taylor. Good coverage by the Cougars. A little too good. They're going to call a foul on Hugh Johnson, number 13. So Greg Thompson will be trying it from the free throw line. First shot's good. Makes it 5-2, a three-point lead now for the Raiders. That'll make it 4. Looking good from the free throw line tonight of these Raiders. Number 24, Keith Taylor, takes the call there. Coming in now, I believe, number 23 for Gray. That'll be Jeff McMullen. Johnson puts it up. It's short. Rebounds his own ball. Puts it up. Comes through. 6-4 the score with 4:38 left to play in the opening period as McMullen brings it down for Gray Academy. Scramble for the ball. Put up. No score. Rebounded by Hamlin. Cook takes it. And the short guy on the team, Darren Collins. Johnson takes another shot from the side. This one's good. Ties the score up 6-all with 4:15 left to play in the period. That one's up and it's good by Westmoreland. Number 11 in the game, Gerald Bird for the Raiders. Cook in the corner. Cougars working around, look for the shot. Johnson puts it up, no good this time. They come back up with the ball. Good play there by Rod Cook, and the call is going to go on number 23 of the Raiders. That's McMullen, I believe. Right, Jeff McMullen. So the Cougars still trying to get the basket with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to play the opening period. Hugh Johnson taking the call this time. Eight to 6. the score as the Raiders lead by 2 in the first period. Philip James takes the ball away. Hugh Johnson, and back out to Darren Collins, who's got the ball now. Collins tries a long one, no good, off to the left. Turnover as McMullen stepped out with the ball. Sam Hamlin goes up high for one, and it's no good. Number 12, Don Daniels, takes a call, and we'll get the official decision. They're just going to give him the ball. Cook and Collins back and forth, then the Johnson back out. Johnson goes into Philip James, who puts it up. Not quite good enough. All the way in, Philip James knocks it away as number 11, Gerald Bird, tries to get the ball inside. Going to be a jump ball between Rod Cook and number 12, Don Daniels. Excuse me, number 30, that's Sam Hamlin. Thought that was number 10. Collins comes up with it for the Cougars. Almost let it get away from him. Philip James takes a shot. No good, short. Calhoun Academy's ball. Rod Cook put it back in. 2:24 left to play in the first period. The Cougars trail by 2, 8-6 behind the Gray Academy Raiders. Hugh Johnson with the ball. Sam Hamlin covered well. A little too well. That'll be the second call against number 12, Daniels. Sam Hamlin will be on the free throw line. First one's no good. Change for the Raiders as Don Daniels leaves. Coming into the game is number 15, Rodney Stroop again. And Hamlin misses again. Comes up dry on both ends. Clock running again with 2:08 left to play in the first period. Philip James comes up with it. Hugh Johnson tries the outside and in there. Didn't touch the goal anywhere, right through the middle. Ties it up, 8-all, less than 2 minutes in the first period. A low-scoring affair compared to the girls' game we saw earlier. Another good shot by number 20, Greg Thompson. Good long outside shot. Makes it 10-8. Raiders take the lead again. Hamlin up and in, ties it up. Number 14 puts it up for Raiders, Mike Westmoreland. These Raider boys are a lot braver about shooting the ball than the girls were.
Yeah, I believe they are, Gene. You know that number 13 there from Calhoun Academy, Johnson, seems to have a lot of height on him. He's doing a good job tonight.
Yeah, it really is. He was one of their leading scorers last season, along with number 35, Philip James. James not scored that much tonight. It may just be an off night. Darren Collins goes after the ball, short guy, but he got in there and went after it. I believe they called a 3-second violation against Calhoun Academy, turned the ball over. Long shot, no good, kind of floated over. Rod Cook breaks, waits for some support. Philip James. James covered well tonight. Johnson puts it up, a little overshot that time. We're inside a minute left in the first period. They make the call against Rod Cook, and some of the Academy fans thought it ought to have been a walk call. Stop the clock with about 28 seconds left to play in the first period. The score is tied 10-all. Up and in by number 24, Taylor. They take the lead again, 11-10. This one's good too, and these Raider boys not missing many from the free throw line. Cougars will try to get on the board again before the end of the first period. Tie the score up again at least. Ball's up. No score by Sam Hamblin. Hamblin rebounds, puts it up again, and scores. That'll tie it up. 12-all, 7 seconds left to play in the first period. Got time to get another one off here, and they do. No good. Hamblin fires it down court, not in time. So the score at the end of the first period will be almost like we started. It's tied up, 12-all. We'll be back with the second period after these words. Stay with us, please. You're watching TV7 Sports. Second period about to get underway. Philip James and Mike Westmoreland jump the ball off. Calhoun Academy comes up with it. Sam Hamblin loses it. Picks it back up, puts a shot up, and it's good. Calhoun Academy goes into the second period leading by 2, 14-12. Taylor, the Raiders slowing the pace just a little bit. Put up and scored. Beautiful shot by Greg Thompson. Ties it up again, 14-all, 7:25 left in the half. That was no good. James comes up with it. Couldn't hang on to it. Picked up by Keith Taylor. Taylor and Stroop. They're going to call that one on Philip James. Number 11, Gerald Bird, will come to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots and try to give the lead again to the Raiders. That one's good, 15-14. Another one, and it's good. Raiders, again, come out 100% on their free throws. They knocked the ball away. It'll be turned back over to the Cougars. Hugh Johnson again from the side. It's good. It's tied up again, 16-all. Good block by Sam Hamblin. Brings the ball back down, saves the score. And the Cougars have a chance to go ahead. Inside to Sam Hamblin barely held on to it. Thompson and Westmoreland again working the ball around the side. Taylor. And the travel's called that time, called for the turnover. Stop the clock. Again, the score tied 16-all. The Cougars try to go ahead now. Number 24, Scott West, in the game for Calhoun Academy also. On the free throw line again will be Sam Hamblin. He came up dry the last time up. It's up, no good. Hamlin tries it again. And he just can't connect on them tonight. Cougars ball again, no score in the last few minutes. Still deadlocked at 16 all. Philip James puts it up, blocked. Number 11, Gerald Bird, takes the call. James will go to the line for 2. Coming back for the Raiders is Don Daniels. And Stroop leaves again. James a little bit off to the left and short. That one's in there, and the Cougars take the lead 17-16. 5:40 left in the opening half. It's up and no good, but number 14, Turn. Good play by Sam Hamlin, prevents the score, but it's put up and in on the rebound. Raiders go ahead again, 18-17. Good shot there by number 24, Scott West. Long shot from the side, right through the bucket. 19-18, Cougar lead. Raiders slowing the pace now, working the ball around the outside. Finally put up, no good. Tie ball. Westmoreland put it up. Clock stopped at 4:49. Score 19-18. Sam Hamlin, Greg Thompson will be jumping the ball off. Called a violation against Philip James and turned the ball over to the Raiders. Timeout called by the Raiders as Calhoun Academy leads at 19-18. We'll take a break and be back with more of the game. Stay with us. You're watching TV7 Sports. Back to the game after timeout called by the Raiders. The Cougars lead at 19-18. I want to thank our sponsors for that word and thank them for supporting us tonight and helping bring this game to you from Calhoun Academy. We encourage you to go by and support our sponsors whenever in need of their particular goods or services and help them continue to bring you these good high school ball games. Ball gets away from West, number 24, a little too high for him to handle. .425 left to play in the half. Been a close game all the way through. Only 1 point separates them now. 19-18, the Cougars with a 1 point lead. Gerald Bird coming down the court hard and fast. Puts it up, no good. James recovers. Collins takes a long one off to the left. Rebound Raiders. Darren Collins picks the ball off. Collins showing he can play with the high school boys. Number 12 again taking the call, Don Daniels. I believe that makes about 3 for him. Clock stopped at 3:35 as Sam Hamblin comes back to the free throw line. He's missed at least the last 4 that he's tried. That one's no good also. Put back up and score, and the Cougars will move ahead by 3 points now, 21-18. 3:25 left to play in the first half. Ball put up. Good shot by Greg Thompson. That number 20 looks pretty good.
Yeah, he does. Boy, that score is getting right in there. This is the kind of game that's kind of interesting, you know, when that score is just right neck and neck.
And it has been all the way through. We kind of thought the girls' game might be that way, but the Lady Cougars just moved it on out. They called a travel against the Cougars and turned the ball back over to the Raiders with 3 minutes left to play in the opening half. Official blows the whistle. Boy, that thing's loud in here.
It really is, boy. I tell you, it opened your ears right up.
Had Mr. Kiefer, though, he got a good set of lungs on him. He's used to working around those guns and things where you have to yell pretty loud, folks hear you.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Nothing there as number 11, Bird, tries to go in. The Cougar coverage too much for him. James, good shot, goes in, makes it 23-20. And the Cougar lead goes back out to 3. 2:30 left to play in the first half. I believe number 13, Hugh Johnson, taking the call that time. Westmoreland coming back into the game for the Raiders, and Bird will leave. Don Daniels from the free throw line. And it's good. Makes it 23-21. And another one, 23-22, and the Raiders are real good from the free throw line. Hugh Johnson, side shot. It's good. He's made several of those tonight. Stretches that lead back out to 3, 25-22. Ball's going to get away from the Raiders. Number 23, McMullen, tried to toss the ball across the court and overthrew his man and went out. We're inside 2 minutes now in the half. Hugh Johnson again from the side. No good this time. Scott West taking the call. Again, the clock stops. Seem to have a lot more of this stuff in the boys' game.
Oh, yeah. You do. Clock stops now and then. You take little timeouts and all fouls and things like that. It gets a little rougher, I guess.
I guess so. I guess that's why I like the girls' games. It keeps moving. Action's a lot steadier. Will remain the Cougars' ball as Hugh Johnson will be putting it back in play. West, good shot from the side by number 24, Scott West. And the Cougars lead it by 5 now, 27-22, as they begin to make a little distance between them. A minute and a half left in the first half. McMullen, number 23. Daniels goes in. Daniels tried to charge his way on through there. wound up with a turnover. West almost loses the ball away. Darren Collins comes up with it. Hugh Johnson works his way on in. No good this time. Scramble on the floor. Be a jump ball. Clock will stop with 1:02 left in the first half. All right, we thought it would be a jump ball. Obviously not. Okay, we're seconds away now from the end of the first half. The score is 27-22. Calhoun Academy leads by 5. That's number 20. Oh, good coverage there by Sam Hamblin. Turnover. Ball will be given back to the Raiders. Stop the clock at 44 seconds.
Gene, you know, we were talking about a little bit ago how important the sponsors are, and that's definitely the truth. Without them, we couldn't have this game. But some more people we should be thankful to and proud of are the people here at Calhoun Academy. They always treat TV7 very friendly and treat us like, you know, we're at home, and we like that.
They sure do. We mentioned earlier we were fortunate enough to go with the Calhoun Academy to the state tournaments last year, and they were quite instrumental in helping bring that about. And they do always go out of their way to make us feel at home over here, and it's always a pleasure to come by. That's just about well, it almost was the end of the half. Referee calls everybody back down court. 5 seconds left to play in the first half. 27-24 the score. Hugh Johnson again, no good. Buzzer sounds to end the first half. Calhoun Academy leads it by 3 in a close one, 27-24. Stay with us. We'll be back with the second half of action after these messages. You're watching TV7 Sports. Welcome back to second half action from Calhoun Academy Gymnasium. The Calhoun Academy Cougars leading the Gray Academy Raiders 27-24. After a very close first half of action, we look for more of the same in the second half. Both teams out on the court getting ready for action. You got to look at some of the folks here tonight that are enjoying this ball game just as we are. If you enjoy watching these games on TV, you need to go on out and see them in person. They are a lot of fun to take in. A lot of people here tonight for the Cougars. Not quite as big a crowd as we mentioned earlier for Gray Academy, but nevertheless, a good crowd for the distance they had to travel. There's a political section there. If we had a microphone over there, we probably could find out what's going on in the county. Is Mr. Wright and Mr. Morgan kind of talking things over there. We're just about ready for the opening tip-off. We hope you're enjoying the game. Saw a real good girls game earlier as the Calhoun Academy Lady Cougars down the Gray Academy's girls 55-32. And the opening game saw the junior high girls here at Calhoun Academy also defeat Gray Academy. So it's been a real good stand so far for the home folks. And we're 2 periods away from seeing who's going to take this victory, and it's just a little bit early to tell yet. The Raiders back out on the court. Sam Hamblin and Mike Westmoreland began to be jumping the ball off. It's up. Raiders come up with it. 24, Keith Taylor. Ball loose. Raiders come up with it. Bird turns, shoots, no good. Hamblin rebounds it. Darren Collins there. Moving the ball back up court. Rod Cook played kind of cautious as we start the second half. Scott West turns, shoots, no good. Looked like it was going in, but not quite. Greg Thompson takes the ball down, then gives it off to Keith Taylor. Bird in the corner. Shot up and good. Mike Westmoreland gets the score, makes it 27-26. We're in the third period of action. If you're just joining us, 6:50 left to play in the third period. Hamlin to West. West again from the side. Again, no good, off to the left. Both teams seem to be content to work the ball a lot slower. Raiders take the lead there, 28-27. 6:15 left to play in the third period. Cougars ball. Scott West lets it get loose, pulls it back in. Back out to Darren Collins. Hugh Johnson. Ball gets away from Keith Taylor. Johnson will be putting it back in for the Cougars. Johnson to Cook. Sam Hamlin takes a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by the Raiders. Rodney Stroop, number 15, then back out to Keith Taylor. Turnover. Philip James coming back into the game and leaving is number 24, Scott West. Keith Taylor takes the call. It's be turned back over to the Cougars, I believe, yeah. Hugh Johnson again with 5:25 left to play in the third period. Puts the ball back into Darren Collins. Cougars trail now by 1 point, 28-27. In the corner, Keith Taylor. In no hurry to get rid of the ball, and Hugh Johnson steals it away for the Cougars. Johnson tries to go inside to James, and ball gets away from James. Turnover, Raiders ball. Be the Cougars ball again now as Bird lets the ball get by him, goes out of bounds. Hamblin, good shot. They take the lead again, 29-28. Nice shot by Hamblin. He didn't have too much luck from the free throw line earlier in the game tonight. What's up and no good. Collins again coming up with the ball, bringing it back for the Cougars. Good coverage. Sam Hamblin. 4 minutes inside, 4 now left in the third period. Another scramble for the ball. Hugh Johnson comes up with it and scores. 31-28. And the Cougar lead stretches to 3. .5 points, I believe, so far has been the biggest difference in the two teams' scores. It's been real close. Hugh Johnson again. Johnson tall. He handles those high balls pretty handily. Sam Hamlin no good this time. Shot from the side by Taylor, and it's no good by Stroop, excuse me, back in the game, number 15. Number 14, Mike Westmoreland accepts the call. Hugh Johnson will put the ball back in play right in front of us here. Good shot by Hugh Johnson. Makes it 33-28, and the lead stretches to 5 again. We're at 2:40 left to play in the third period. Raiders don't connect. Darren Collins with the ball. Cougars trying to protect that 5-point lead. Hugh Johnson puts it up, no good. Number 24, Keith Taylor's leaving the game for the Raiders, and back in is Jeff McMullen, number 23. You got to look at him there with the ball. Bird tries to get rid of it, walks, turnover, no score, 33-28. Two minutes now left in the third. Philip James puts it up and scores, and that'll make it 35-28 and a 7-point lead for the Cougars, and I believe that's now the biggest lead of the evening. Cougars begin to put some distance between themselves and the red-shirted Raiders. Stolen away by Darren Collins. Fine play. Collins down. Ball up, score by Rod Cook. Makes it 37-28, and suddenly the lead is up to 9. Thompson, number 20, with the ball. He doesn't hang on to it long, unloads it. Bird from the side, almost, but not quite. Philip James takes another call. That's about 3 for him. Don Daniels coming back into the game now. See who he replaces. He replaces McMullen, number 23. Just over a minute left in the third period. 37-28 the score. Calhoun Academy leads by 9. Stroop Taylor from the side, overshot, no good. Rod Cook comes up with the ball. Collins Johnson go inside to Sam Hamlin. Hamlin from the free throw line now, and he's not had much luck from there tonight. Don Daniels leaves after the foul being called on him, I believe. And back in the game is Keith Taylor, number 24. Ball up, no good. Hamlin misses again. Try his luck one more time. And, oh, so close, but so far away. No good. Raider ball. Cougars still have that 9-point lead with 38 seconds left to play in the third period. Taylor, fine ball handling, goes in and scores. 37-30 the score. Some good ball handling there by Darren Collins. Both these boys' teams beginning to try to show their stuff now. Pace begins to pick up. Less than 10 seconds left to play in the third period. Cougars lead by 7 now, 37-30. Raider ball. Taylor takes a long one. Short, tipped up, no good. That'll end the third period. The score will be 37-30. The Cougars lead the Raiders by 7 points. We'll be back with the final period of action after these words, so stay with us, please. You're watching TV7 Sports. And there's some folks there enjoying the ball game tonight as we get ready to put the final period of action underway. One team or the other, 8 minutes of playing time away from a win tonight. 7 points separate them, 37-30. Raiders come up with a jump. Taylor down. Taylor puts it up and scores. Makes it 37-32, cut the Cougar lead to 5. Darren Collins with the ball, number 11. Collins lets the ball get away from him. Takes the call. .24 on the free throw line, Keith Taylor. Ball's up and good, 37-33. 37-34, and the Raiders have just hit their free throws consistently tonight. They're almost 100%. We're back down to a 3-point lead for the Cougars. Good play by Hugh Johnson to save the ball. Almost went out. Collins with it now. Rod Cook over in the corner. Johnson James from the free throw line. James couldn't handle it. Turnover. .24, Taylor again with the ball and in the corner, taking his jump shot and a good one, number 15, Rodney Stroop. Good shooting. Clock stopped at 7:04. Cougar ball as they put it back in play. Here comes Rod Cook. Sam Hamblin. Raiders putting the coverage on the Cougars now. 1 point separates them, 37-36. The Raiders are back in this ball game. Not that they've ever really been out. Gerald Bird comes up with it for Gray. Stroop to Taylor. Stroop back in that corner where he hit his last one from, long. Bird goes inside, slapped away by Sam Hamblin. Here comes Stroop again, pitch it back into Bird, who tries it up and good. And the Raiders take the lead again after coming back from a 9-point deficit. Now they lead 38-37. The Cougars, I don't believe, have scored here in the final period. Raiders have scored 10 unanswered points. And they're definitely coming out putting some pressure on. Timeout being called by the Raiders. A timeout called, 6:07 left in the final period. We'll take a break and be back with more. You're watching TV7 Sports. All right, back to the ball game now. It's the Cougars ball after a Raider timeout. Cougars trail by 1, 38-37. James takes a shot, and it's good, and Cougars have the lead again now by 1, 39-38, 5:54 left to play in the game. Stroop again tries to get the ball inside. Philip James comes up with it and gives it back out to Rod Cook. Ball will come back to the near end, and Philip James will be on the free throw line. It's up and no good. McMullen comes up with it for the Raiders. Keith Taylor, now number 24, with the ball. Taylor to McMullen as they work around the far side. McMullen in the corner, being covered by Sam Hamblin. Goes in, fakes a shot, gives the ball out. Taylor up, and it's good, and the Raiders move back ahead. Score seesaws back and forth. 40-39 to score now. .5:05 left in the game as Darren Collins takes a shot from the side, and no good. Ball fired back inside by Keith Taylor, or Greg Thompson, excuse me, number 20. Stroop with it. Stroop and Taylor passing the ball around, killing a little time off the clock, pulling the Cougars out. Raiders call another timeout with 4:33 left in the ball game, and they lead by 1 point. We'll take another timeout with that break and be back with more of the game. You're watching TV7 Sports. After another Raider timeout, we're back with the ball game. The clock stopped at 4:33 left to play in the game. The score 40-39. Calhoun Academy trailing by now by 1 point. We're back at it as Stroop moves the ball. Taylor, now number 24, back out to Stroop, who turns inside. Ball out to number 14, Mike Westmoreland. Sam Hamblin taking the call, clock stopping at 4 minutes even. Ball given to the Raiders. Westmoreland will be coming to the free throw line now. Clock stop again at 3:55. Up and it's good, makes it 41-39, and the Raiders lead by 2. And may go ahead by 3 right here. It's up and it's good, and they do. And the complexion of the game has changed somewhat now as the Raiders lead by 3. No good, but Sam Hamlin puts it up again. Ball in. For 42-39, Sam Hamlin to go to the free throw line. 42-41, excuse me, as they go ahead and give him the 2 points for the basket now. Hamlin short. Hamlin again. Finally gets one in. Ties it up. 42 all. 3:45 left to play in the ball game. Taylor and Thompson moving the ball back and forth now. Thompson with it now. Back out to Taylor. A little stall in here as the clock runs. Raiders go into a stall posture now and try to kill some time. It's tied up 42 all. We got just over 3 minutes left to play in the game. Cougars beginning to put some pressure on now. Raiders Thompson drives in. She scores, makes it 44-42. That appears to be what they're trying to do. Kill the time off the clock, then go in for the shot. It's going to be a close game either way. That one's no good. Foul called on Hugh Johnson. And our clock stops again at 2:38 left to play in the game. Get everybody regulated here. Calhoun Academy wanting a timeout now. There's a little discussion going on. 2:38 left to play in the game. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of it after these words. You're watching TV7 Sports. Okay, back to action. Gerald Bird on the free throw line as we get ready to try to get the clock started again. Been stopped about as much as it's been started here the last little while. Bird puts it up, misses. Bird puts it up and makes it. They give him another one. Coach here at Calhoun Academy getting pretty upset with the way Mr. Kiefer's calling the ball game. We're not allowed to take sides. .212 left to play in the ball game. 46-42. The Raiders lead by 4. Phillip James out to Rod Cook. No good. Like a jump ball coming up. Gerald Bird. Sam Hamlin. Yes, sir. Coach Frank's definitely not pleased with some of the calls here. West puts it up. It's no good. Raiders ball now. A minute 54, the clock stopped again. Back in play now. All the way down, and a score by number 15, Rodney Stroop, makes it 48-42. The Raiders lead by 6. A minute 41 left to play in the ball game. Philip James picks one off. No good. Foul called on number 14, Mike Westmoreland. And we'll stop the clock again at a minute 37. James misses his first one. And makes the second one to make it 48-43 and cut the Raider lead to 5 with a minute 36 left to play. Number 30, Sam Hamblin takes the call. The crowd getting involved in the game, as you can tell by the sound about us. Greg Thompson, number 20, on the free throw line. And it's good. Makes it 49-43. And that was good, too. It makes it 50-43 and a 7-point lead for the Raiders going into it with a minute and a half left to play in the ball game. Long shot, no good by Collins. Rebounded by the Raiders. Collins fouls number 24, Keith Taylor. Stops the clock again. That's not really good against a team like the Raiders because they're almost 100% from the free throw line tonight. Works out that time, though. Calling the foul now, number 24, Keith Taylor. Our clock stops again with a minute 9. Taylor leaves the game. McMullen comes back in, number 23. (50-43) the score. A minute 9 seconds left to play in the ball game. Free throw up, no good by Philip James. Now looks like we'll have a jump ball between Sam Hamblin and Mike Westmoreland. Philip James comes up with it, shoots, no good. Rebounded by Sam Hamblin, and it's good. To the 50-45 with 58 seconds left to play. Stroop with the ball. That foul called on Rod Cook. Stops the clock at 52 seconds. Stroop, no good. And again, this one's in there. Makes it 51-45. Clock running again now. Sam Hamlin shoots, no good. James rebounds, puts it up and scores. 51-47. Timeout called by Calhoun Academy with 39 seconds. The score 47-51. The Raiders lead. Stay with us. We'll be back with more. You're watching TV7 Sports. Back to the ball game. The score is 51-47. The Raiders lead it by 4 as we have 39 seconds left to play in the ball game. Play just about to get underway. Raiders ball. Been a long final period after a fast night of ball. Somebody's going to jump it with Mike Westmoreland. And it looks like it's going to be Rod Cook. The shorter. Cook will be the shorter of the two. Bird with it for the Raiders. Rodney Stroop, foul. Darren Collins fouls him intentionally. Stops the clock though. It's up and good. Makes it 52-47. That was no good. Foul being called on Rod Cook. Number 14 makes the score. Mike Westmoreland, and stretches it out to 53-47. 54-47, and they lead by 7 now, so maybe we'll get the ball game back on the way. James puts it up and scores, makes it 54-49. Hamlin fouls Thompson. 16 seconds left in the game. Thompson, it's good. 55-49. Up again, 56-49, stretches that lead back out to 7. James shoots it, no good. Scott West, no good. Out on the Raiders. Clock stops at 7 seconds. Four seconds left. Looks like bulldogging, what they call it at the rodeo. 56-49, 4 seconds on the clock.
Toward the end, they stray away from the rules a little bit, don't they?
It's good, 57-49. Raiders lead by 8. Clock running now. That ought to do it. And that's the way it'll go down, 57-49. The Gray Raiders defeat the Calhoun Academy Cougars to wrap up a fine night of basketball action. Hope you've enjoyed both games. We thank you for joining us. The score again, as you saw it there, the Calhoun Academy Cougars falling to the Gray Raiders. Knocked the score off the board before we get a last look at it. But we appreciate you watching, and we thank you for watching this edition of TV7 Sports. Good evening.